Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay,
You're
thank
audible.
you. Okay, thank you. So we'll start the class in 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
I hope you can see the screen, right?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Okay, thank you. I request the students to post your attendance in the chat box. Okay, let me start the class. So in the last class, we were discussing about the introduction about the subject. And one more thing, I just want to tell you one thing, that the people who are there from starting to end of the class, those only will be getting the attendance, because I'm recording the session. I can know who are present or who are absent. Okay, please inform the remaining students, those who are not attending, those who are not logging in. So for them, I will not give the attendance. Strictly attendance will be monitored. Clear? Right. So, so let us start the class for today. So data communications, right? So in the last class, we have seen what are course objectives, course outcomes, and what are the unit contents. Okay, so syllabus we have seen. Now we'll go for actual syllabus, like the first unit, data communication introduction. So here we are going to see what is about the communication model, how it is, what is analog system, what is digital system. So all those things we are going to understand. Okay, so first of all, the term communication, data communications, data as well as communications. There are two terms, right? Communications, what do you mean by communications, right? So here, so are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Right, thank you. So here, coming to the communication. So this communication word has come from communicare. So this is a Latin word, so communicare, which means to share. Yes or no? So why we are going to communicate? So that we can share some information, right? So that is why communication is the basic step for the exchange of information. So what do you mean by data communication then? Data is nothing but information, right? So information exchange we are doing. So that's why data communication. And normally when you talk about the communication, so it can be defined as the process of exchange of information through means such as words, actions, signals, etc., between two or more individuals. Okay. I'm not talking about the system communication here. I'm talking about simply communication. Okay. So simply communication means what? We are exchanging information, but how we are exchanging the information? In terms of words. We are speaking out, right? So we are using some words. We are using actions. Okay, based upon the actions, we can understand. So what kind of communication it is, whether it is formal or informal, or it is angry or happy, what kind of communication we are doing. Okay, so that is based on the words, actions, signs, etc. So we are going to use these things for communication. Okay, so communication can be defined as the process of exchange through means such as words, actions, signs, etc. between two or more individuals. Okay, now coming to the need of communication. Why do you need the communication? Right? So for any living being, so we know that as we are living, we need to communicate. We need to exchange some information. Like for example, I'm hungry. So if I'm hungry, what I need to do? I need to ask somebody that whether like I'll ask my mother to prepare food for me. So how I'm going to inform? I'm using words. Mom, I'm hungry. So please provide me food. Right? So that is I'm telling my mother to prepare food. So how I am exchanging this information that I am hungry, that she should know. Okay. So how she will know? So that I can say, if I am saying that, she will receive the information and accordingly whatever I require, I'll be getting. Yes or not? Or else, if you are going to any shop, like you need some book. So what you are doing? You are saying to the salesperson that I need this book. So if you are not saying, then he will not understand what you need, right? So whatever is there, whenever you need something, you need to convey, right? So that conveying itself is said to be what? Communication. So how we are conveying? So using the words, languages, gestures, signs, we are using these things. Okay. So this is what the human being communication. But if you are going for the computers, right? So human beings are what? We are using our words, language, gestures, actions. So based upon this, we are able to communicate. Okay, when you go for the computer, so how the computer is going to communicate? So for that, the computer has to send the data, okay, in terms of data. So everything, like whatever is there in the computer, so that we are considering as a data. Okay, so that data has to be exchanged. So then only it is said to be what? Computer communications or data communications. So the term data communication has come from what? Communication and the data related to the computer. So whatever is there in the computer, that if it wants to share to some other computer, it wants to share means the user, whoever the user of the computer wants to share the information with another user of the computer, then he has to exchange the data. Okay, so that's why it is said to be what? Data communication. Right. Now coming to the parts of communication. So this is what communication system model. So what are the basic things involved in the communication? So we'll be having a sender, a receiver, and a channel, right? Like if I am talking about human being communication, so I'm a person, so I'm a sender, I want something, I'm conveying some information. So that is what the sender. So whoever is receiving my words, that is whoever is listening to my words, he is the receiver. And what is the channel I'm using? I'm using my language, right? So I'm using some words, gestures, some signs I'm using. So these are what? Through the air it is received by his ears. Okay, so some signals are traveling over the waves, and that is received by the receiver. So where it is going? Through the waves. So that is what? The channel. Okay, so sender, receiver, and the channel, these are the three components of the communication system. Okay, so if you want the definition of the sender, so what is the sender? Sender is the person who sends a message. Yes or no? It could be a transmitting station from where the signal is transmitted. Like if I am taking a human being what? A person, right? and if he is a sender, that he is going to send a message, right? And if it is a machine, so machine means like a computer. If it is a computer, so it would be what taken as what transmitting station, from where the information is transmitted. So that is said to be what a sender, right? And if you go for the receiver, receiver is what a person who received the message, who is listening to him. So that is what a receiver. And it could be a receiving station where the signal is transmitted, is received. The sender is transmitting the signal and the receiver will receive the signal. And coming to the channel. So what is the channel? It is the medium through which the message signals travel to reach the destination, right? If I am speaking, so my words will be transmitted over the air, the waves, okay, and it will be received through the ears of the person, right? But if I am going for the communication systems, like if we are going for the computers, if one computer is transmitting, another computer has to receive. But how it is transmitted and received, we require some medium, okay, some wire I require, some channel, some medium, okay. So either it can be a cable or it can be what radio waves through which it can be transmitted. Okay, so that's why the communication medium generally is divided into two categories: guided media and unguided media. Okay, guided means what, where I can have a transmission, the channel which is guided. Okay, so where I can say it as what a wired one. Okay, so cable I am going to use to transmit. And if I am going for wireless one, that is unguided, so through the radio waves that the signals will be transmitted. So the signals can be transmitted over the channel, that is what, it can be a cable or it can be radio waves. Okay, so whatever it may be, we have three parts in the communication model. One is sender, receiver, and the channel. Okay, so these three must be there in any communication model. So either human being communication, that is one sender and one receiver, and the channel is what, air. Okay, similarly, if I am going for the computer's communication, data communication, sender is what, one computer, receiver is the other computer who is receiving the data, and the channel can be what, the wired channel or wireless channel, so whatever it may be. So we can have these three parts in a communication model. And now if I'm going for signal, okay, so when we are communicating, when we are conveying the information, what we are using some gestures, sounds, or actions, whatever it may be, it is termed as signaling. Is or not? It is termed as signaling. So hence, a signal can be a source of energy which transmits some information. Okay, so here when I am talking about the human communication is what, using the gestures, sounds, action we are doing. So all these things comes under what, signaling. And when you go for the computer communication, the data is transmitted, but data how it is transmitted, I am saying through what, channels. Okay, so either the channel is, whether it can be a wired one or wireless one, but whatever the data I am transmitting, the data is in the form of what, zeros and ones. Okay, yes or not? The computer can understand only zeros and ones. That is what the data it can have. Okay, so these zeros and ones must be traveled and to reach to the destination. Okay, so it is traveling over some media, some channel it is using. Okay, so for that, whatever the channel it is using, it has to travel. Okay, so the wire can understand only the signals. Okay, and the wireless can also understand only the signals. So whatever the energy we are transmitting, the source of energy which transmit the information, we are calling it as what, signal. Okay, if you want to define the signal properly using the technical terms, then it can be said as an electrical impulse or an electromagnetic wave which travels a distance to convey a message. Okay, can be termed as signal in communication systems. Okay, so here we are seeing one more definition, that is, like we have seen the definition of communication, the definition of sender, the definition of receiver, the definition of the channel, and now the next definition is what? signal. Okay, an electrical impulse or an electromagnetic wave which travels a distance to convey a message. Okay, so that is said to be what? A signal, right? So we are going to use the signals for sending the message, right? Now, what are the different types of signals? Okay, so in the communication system, we have two different types of signals. One is analog signal and the second one is digital signal. So you might have already known about this analog and digital, but still we'll discuss about what is analog signal, what is digital signal. Okay, so there are basically two types of signals, analog signals and digital signals. And these analog and digital signals are again categorized into periodic and aperiodic. Okay, so what do you mean by periodic analog signal, a periodic analog signal, periodic digital signal, a periodic digital signal? So that we'll see. Okay, so first of all, what is analog signal? So what is analog signal? It is what? Continuous time varying signal which represents a time varying quantity can be termed as analog signals. Okay, so uh, can you tell me one example of analog signal? Anybody? Are you there? Am I audible? Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Yes, you are audible,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. Tell me. So can you tell me one example of analog signal? Analog signal, what I'm saying, what it is continuous varying signal. So can you tell one simple example of analog signal?
I think
Mm.
humans,
Voice itself?
humans communication is the
Yes,
example of
itself.
analog signals.
Yes, very good. Okay. So the voice communication itself is what? The analog
And
signal, right? So where it is what? Continuous, right? Okay, so whenever any message that is what? Continuous varying in the signal, so that is said to be what? Analog signal. Okay, so this signal keeps on varying with respect to what? Time. Okay, sometimes it may be high, sometimes it may be low, so it will be varying according to the time. So then it is said to be what? Analog signal, right? And coming to digital signal, so digital signal is, it is discrete in nature. Okay, so either it is present or absent, so that is what, it is not continuous. Clear? It is said to be what? Discrete values. So like one example, if I want to tell you, like in a class, for example, in one classroom we have like around 50 students. Okay, in this 50 students, if I am taking the attendance, so the attendance data, how it can be, either it is present or absent. Is it continuous? Am I increasing the number? No, what I am saying, I am saying it as what? Either present or absent. So the roll number 1, if he is present, the data value is what? 1. If the roll number 2, for example, if he is absent, the value will be what? 0. Okay, so that means the value cannot be 1 plus 1 2, right? It is what? Either 1 or 0. Okay, or either it is present or absent. So it is what? Discrete in nature, it is not continuous. Okay, if I am taking the roll numbers will be what? Continuous. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So that can be taken as what? Analog data. Okay, but if I am taking digital signal, here what I am saying, it is discrete in nature. Discrete means what? Either it is present or absent. Okay, it is not continuous. So the roll number 1, the data is what? Present. Roll number 2, absent, 0. Okay, roll number 3, absent, 0. Roll number 4, present, 1. So that means either it is 1 or 0 I am taking. Okay, so it is what? Represented separately, not the continuous. If roll number 1 is present, if I am taking 1, and roll number 2 is also present, I am not taking it as 2. What I am taking? I am taking it as 1 itself. Yes or not? So the values whichever we are representing are continuous, means that is analog. If the values that we are representing are what? Individuals, okay, denoted separately, discrete in nature, then it is said to be what? Digital signal, right? So you must understand what is the basic difference between this analog and digital. Analog is what? Continuous in time. Digital is discrete in nature. Okay, so that you have to understand. Clear, right? Now coming to periodic and aperiodic signals. Okay, so any analog data or digital data, so that can be what? Either periodic signal or aperiodic signal. I already told you in the types of signals. What I mentioned? I mentioned it as what? There are two basic types of signals: analog signals and digital signals, right? So analog signals are again divided into two categories: periodic, aperiodic. Digital signals again divided into two categories: periodic and aperiodic. So what do you mean by periodic signal? So the periodic signal is the signal which repeats its pattern. Okay, any analog or digital signal that repeats its pattern over a period of time is called a periodic signal. So the same pattern will be repeated. Okay, so that is said to be what? Periodic signal. This signal has its pattern continued repeatedly and it is easy to be assumed or to be calculated. Okay, because it is periodic, the same pattern is repeated, so easy to understand and easy to calculate. So that's why it is said to be what? Periodic signal. Now I'll show you one simple example of the periodic signal. Okay, now you can see analog signal we am representing. Okay, amplitude and time I am taking. Analog signal is what? Continuous, right? So it is increasing and decreasing. So like this is what? One signal. So like going up and down. So this is I am taking as one part. So this pattern is being repeated. Yes or no? This pattern is being repeated in the period of time. So as this pattern, same pattern is repeated, so this is said to be what? Periodic analog signal. Okay, so periodic signal means what? The pattern will be repeated. So how it is starting? It is going up and going down. So similarly, the next signal also going up and going down, right? Again, next going up and down. So this is like how the pattern, the signal pattern is repeated. Okay, so that is said to be what? Periodic analog signal. Then coming to aperiodic signal. So what do you mean by aperiodic signal? So aperiodic as opposite to periodic signal. So the pattern will not be repeated. Yes, so one pattern is there. So next time the pattern will be changed. Okay, next time another the pattern will be changed. So like this, time to time, the if the pattern of the signal is changed, then it is said to be what? A periodic signal, right? So it, you can see the example now. So here the signal, see the previous signal to this signal. So the previous signal is what? The easy to understand, and the signal was continuous, and the signal is, the pattern is repeated. So easy to calculate whatever the values, even if you want to calculate the frequency or amplitude or so whatever the measures you want to do, that can be easily done. Okay, but coming to a periodic signal. So this signal, how it is not periodic, right? So the pattern here, it is like this. The second signal is increase a lot, the third signal has some variations. So number of variations are there. Yes or no? So number of variations are there. So that's why this is said to be what? A periodic signal. Okay, a periodic analog signal. I can also show you one more example uh, of a periodic digital signal. So now here you can see this digital signal is represented in this format. Okay, so and this is what sometimes the digital signal, the pattern is not same. Okay, the pattern is changing time by time. So that's why it is said to be what? A periodic digital signal, right? So the periodic Signal means the pattern will be same, and aperiodic signal means the pattern will be changed over the time. So this is what the types of the signals. Okay. So here what we have understood today, so we have taken one simple concept, that is what is communication. So you need to remember these points. Communication came from the Latin word communicare, right? So that is communication. Okay, that is communication. So communication is defined as the process of exchange of information. And then what is the need of communication? So we need the communication for exchanging of information. So we are using gestures, signals, signs, symbols, or language for the communication, right? And what are the parts of the communication? There are mainly three parts of communication: sender, receiver, and the channel. Okay, three parts. Then coming to what are the definitions of these, right? And we have seen what is a signal. So signal, that is the source of energy transmission. Okay, so that what is a signal, and we have seen what are the types of signals: analog signals and digital signals. So analog signal, that is what continuous, right? And digital signal, that is discrete in nature, right? So in analog or digital signals we have two types: periodic signals and aperiodic signals. Periodic signals, that will be the pattern will be repeated over time, and aperiodic signals, the pattern will not be repeated. Okay, so that will be changed. So periodic signals, that will be what easy to calculate any values of the signals. Okay, a periodic signals, it is not that easy to calculate. Okay, so this is what I want to show you for today's class, right? And please post your attendance in the chat box. This meeting will be active for 5 more minutes. So if anybody has not posted their attendance, please post. And if you have any doubts till now, you can please ask me. Tomorrow we'll be continuing with modulation. What is modulation? What is demodulation? How we are going to perform. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, then please post your attendance. I'll be waiting for 5 minutes. Thank you.